defense. There will be August Hungry on the green, British Hurricane over on the white.
It's a schism of old. We have Orgs. Of course, Yofi used to also be on We Have Orgs. So he and Danid went the way of British Hurricane. August and Hungry picked up both Cast and Wayfast. So we'll have to see who came out with the better settlement in this particular divorce.
Looks like Hungry are going with the standard goats. British Hurricane doing something a little bit different, having Nesh on the McCree. Going to get a long range couple of shots off, but there's a lot of barriers to actually chew through, so he's going to have to rely on the Discord orbs and targets to be chunked down that way. Nice kill into Danid. Start up though. More aggressive Brigitte wins this time around, and it's going to be Ollie.
Very aggressive, or rather very risky disengage there to go back across the bridge, especially when you have so many characters in the 3-3 combination which can boop, like your Diva, your whip shot from your Brigitte, Wayfast can knock you back with mortars, and of course your classic Lucio boops as well. British Hurricane have given up on the Cowboy Dream. The cosplay is finished. Now they've just gone to the gym, pumped some iron, come back out, looking a lot more like a weightlifter.
Nesh, though, he's going to be very much behind on the ult charge. Wayfast already up to 60, almost 70%. Nesh only on 10. So they're going to be playing from behind in this situation. They are taking the smaller route around that mini health pack room and now onto the point. Latex actually goes down, though, as soon as that Transcendence comes out. One member now down for August Hungry. British Hurricane have activated the rally as Danid was able to farm that one up as no shield really stopped him from doing so. Even Numlock has that shadow available. Hurricane might just win this with one ult. They're refusing to use any more. Emil's mech goes out, and I say that as Bok unleashes the trance. There's the shadow, hits the ground. Latex blocks it, and a Graviton Surge coming out from Wayfast. However, that sound barrier is going to keep them alive. Yofi gets shattered, however, and he ends up going down as well. Latex still fairly low, but they still control the point, Harry, which means they are still curing time. In fact, they're going to turn this one around as they do have Latex back in the mix.
I think the main mistake there, George, was Bucket with a rather aggressive Transcendence. Thought he could surge forward his team, make sure they were all safe while they aggressed onto the remnants of Orgless and Hungry, but Wayfast was waiting for that. He'd built up his Graviton Surge so fast. The second that Bucket laid down that ultimate, he knew that the healing wasn't going to be available for British Hurricane. Latex could then swing into that Graviton. The cyclical ult generation we keep talking about, when you can swing into these Gravitons, gets the Earth Shadow incredibly quickly.
There's another rally, this time on the side of Orgless. Graviton Surge, plus the Trance, plus the pin from Numlock. Latex falls again. There's the self-destruct onto the point. It is going to explode, not finding anybody, but it forces Numlocked into a rather precarious position right next to Olu and a Zenyatta. He ends up going down, so both main tanks now falling as the rest of August and Hungry are going to be able to clean up Bok and Nesh, and they're just running for the hills. 96%, British Hurricane are forced off the point and maybe off the map as well. Yofi tries to get a final touch, but it's only going to be Haffical who gets grabbed to the side of the wall, and August and Hungry get 100-0 Hurricane on Night Market.
Like some nice ramen, they do bend, but they do not break. They're a little bit wiggly, flex back a little bit when they lose Latex, but they bounce back as well with that intense flavor and overwhelm British Hurricane. Like, their ability to brawl out here is fantastic, and also we saw a great placement of the self-destruct from Emil. Didn't actually pick up any kills, but it meant that Bucket had to move himself away from the fight, not being able to lay down those orbs, Discord, Harmony, or Destruction. And I think we also saw a rotation from Daned to place his shield between the self-destruct and Bucket to obviously save his life, but that's two of your supports who are out of the fight for the duration of that self-destruct, and that's basically the same as getting 2 temporary kills for 4 to 5 seconds.
This is pretty exciting. Orcs and Hungry running out the gate with FD God on the Mercy and Wayfast on the Farah. They also have Olu on the Sombra, but Nesh is going to answer him in kind, and you can see British Hurricane running this kind of goats. Not really, though, with Sombra. Oh, no, I take that back. It's actually going to be McCree as they do heal Wayfast in the distance using those thrusters, so not wasting any time in switching over to the hit scan.
Yeah, Nesh wants to deal with both Olu and Wayfast with one faithful character. It is going to be a lot of stuns on the side of British Hurricane, but now one less, Jaws.
That was a big knock-up. You can see how much charge also Latex gained from that. He's already up to 41%. And as soon as people are knocked up, your feet are exposed. The nade goes straight under. They're all anti-naded. And like you saw there, they end up securing the kill and the cap.
You know what I'm looking forward to now, Jaws? I want to see a pile driver self-destruct. It's so great at making sure people are stuck in place while they're stuck up in the air. They can't get away from the self-destruct. It can make for really great combinations. And we know Latex and Emil have been working together for so long that that synergy is very much in their remit.
Wayfast is going to be completely uncontested here as he does skip around the tall buildings of Lijiang Tower. Haffigal's going to kill Diva Mech though. Emil's mech is going to fall, and Emil will fall after it. Not very much HP at that Baby D.Va. Latex falling rather low as well. He just gets chased up. You see him kind of turn into a ball and slowly roll away as a couple of orbs are thrown at him. Nesh is also going to plink him with a couple of 6-shooter shots as well. That'll be British Hurricane flipping the point.
You know the saying, everyone's got a plan until they're punched in the face? Everyone's got a plan until they're shield bashed, isolated, and Orgless and Hungry sort of ran out of reasons to make their dive work.
Deadeye to zone everybody away. Caster's got Nano though. Latex has got to the minefield. Ned's just going to use that just for the reload, and reload once more to secure an extra bullet in his gun. That's exactly what he needed to headshot way fast. He's going to get resurrected, however, as FD God manages to get him up, but Latex ends up going down without an ult being used. An EMP coming through and a Nano barrage onto Wayfast. Nesh nowhere to be seen anymore, just so completely annihilated, and that will be Wayfast clean up yet another kill. Happy Cool's mech falls, Happy Cool falls as well. Numlock finds a reverse kill onto FD God, but problem is they end up losing the team fight regardless. 36% was acquired by British Hurricane as they flip over the point.
A reverse kill? Then they call it a resurrection?
yeah, technically, yeah. What I meant was a responding kill, but hey.
They reciprocated.
Yeah.
But there, Emil still has this potential for the pile driver and self-destruct, but for now he's going to be frontline. He doesn't have that long-range ability to throw it up in the air.
Emil's the main target here. Happy Cool actually gets hacked. He's got to be a little bit more careful. Danit, switching over to the Brig, is going to be able to kill Olu with a quick, swift punch. That'll be Wayfast going down too. Isolated without his mercy. You had to activate ult to maybe try and save him. Happy Cool taking him out. There's no more aerial advantage for the side of Orgless and Hungry. 70%, although they are still managing to contest. Latex buying so much time. FD God Latex end up going down, but 75% is now on board for Orgless and Hungry. However, British Hurricane, look how many ults they have. They only don't have Danit, but that'll be built up rather quickly.
Indeed it will, and they've also got the leftover armor on Bucket. That's the most important player to have the armor, but Cast is now going to be joining him. Zenyatta versus Zenyatta, a full swap up here for Orgless and Hungry. Only Emil is going to be staying on his former character, back on the D.Va. But now it's time to bring out the shield. They're going to try and run down Nesh, no doubt.
Oh, that was a beautiful Matrix, absorbing all of those Deadeye shots. Daned going down as well in amongst that. Latex gets flashbang, stunned up, doesn't go down, receives an armor pack to stay alive. Emil not quite so lucky as he does end up losing his mech. Numlock jumps in with the help of that Transcendence to keep him alive on the point, and Olu ends up falling for it as well. Latex and Emil are going to follow him. Hurricane did a good job of just corralling people into the point, into the Tesla cannon of Numlock using that Deadeye. They end up securing the point still, and 85% is now on board for Hurricane. This is now the last fight that Orgless and Hungry could possibly take.
You know, one fight for Orgless and Hungry. Perhaps their DPS character Gambit isn't paying off in this particular aspect. They are building up quickly towards a Transcendence where they will have an advantage on that ultimate, but guess what? They need to check their watches because Nesh once again has the Deadeye.
It's high noon, but there's a lot of HP to chunk through as that sound barrier came out. Transcendence for Orgless and Hungry as well. Double support ultimates have been used in that rally also. Wayfast ends up going down to the self-destruct. Now no shields are available for Latex. However, a beat in response as well as Emil's mech gets destroyed to keep him alive and well in the fight. Daned finds one. They manage to flip the point. However, British Hurricane, they have the numbers advantage. Tex ends up going down with Nesh finding a quick headshot. Hurricane cleaning the rest of the members out. It's only one person on it, and it's going to be FD God trying to stay alive. Nesh ends up killing him. Yofi boops Cass off as well. A Graviton surge thrown through the window. A trance to answer, and British Hurricane cap the point regardless.
Orgless and Hungry, they're sloppy on their last fight. Olu got whip shot off the edge, getting that environmental death. You can't allow yourself to be taken out in that particular manner, and of course, we saw Wayfast getting caught by a self-destruct. Ideally, would have been with his Reinhardt, keeping that shield up or staying behind it, or being able to move around some of the pillars. Of course, when you are in a square point, there's no actual cover there. You've got to get out to avoid the incoming shockwave. But I feel like, potentially, had those two not fallen in avoidable circumstances, then potentially Orgless and Hungry could have made that fight work. But 1-1. Going to reset it 0-0 on capture percentage as we move into control center here on Lijiang Tower. Does look like both of our teams going to be rolling out with this classic 3-3 once more. Orgless and Hungry, they were pretty good at it on our first map, but they were late to swap on the second.
No, they were. Maybe that was the advantage they need. Just the ult cycling through, like we were saying. Oh, way fast. Got to be a bit more cautious with your shields. Nesh actually found a nice flank there. You could see the Rhine wasn't actually covering his side, so Nesh was able to just get a lot of damage on top of him. Emil resets himself, and a quick point cap and a quick team fight win for British Hurricane.
Very disciplined there from British Hurricane. If you're looking at the health bars, you probably could have seen that like no one who was not the primary target was taking damage there. from the side of British Hurricane. They were all on Latex. They were all on Wayfast, all on Latex, and then all onto the next target. Everyone was moving towards the same target, overwhelming him because there's not a huge amount of single target healing available to the 3-3 composition when they are running that Zenyatta.
Numlock receives a shield so he can secure that Earth Shatter, but with Latex going down, there's no shield available. One ult wonder. Nesh finds the next couple of kills, and that'll be Orgless and Hungry yet again, falling. However, most important thing there, Harry, didn't use any ults in that engagement, so they will be able to recontest the point with hopefully Latex or Waitfast getting one of those tank ults online. Right now, only sitting on 2 support ults coming up.
Look at the surplus for Nesh right now. He's got himself the Graviton Surge. Waitfast currently hanging about at around 45%. And that was a crazy stagger onto Emil. Danet's finally going to put him down with a shield bash, put him out of his misery. It's going to take a while to respawn. Is a little bit closer towards that self-destruct, of course. British Hurricane, though, a formidable ult bank. They do have the Transcendence. Cast is going to be matching it, so both teams are going to be incredibly resilient in this forthcoming matchup.
There's the grab on the corner. Doesn't quite find it to be Olu. However, that was the kill that they were potentially looking for. Danet ends up killing him off, and with that Brig, what we said at the start of the game was if that Brig goes down, the Reinhardt is just not gifted any space at all, and you can see Numlock's already taken advantage of that, jumping into the back line. They haven't even laid down the Graviton Surge, so I say that they do attach it to the space shuttle as the self-destruct is landed into the back line. Numlock overextending maybe here. Danet still being extremely aggressive, thinks he can kill Latex, and he can as that rally is still going off, not falling below his actual armor value. He's still holding on somehow. Now Nesh is buying extra time on the sidelines. Emil finally picks up a couple of kills, and that'll be Orgless and Hungry now capping the point.
They capped the point, Jaws, but it was expensive. 4 ultimates exchanged for that point take, but it needed to happen. British Hurricane 93%. If they can win one fight now, they have claimed Lijiang Tower, barring some kind of miracle on the side of Orgless and Hungry. So you can see right now there's a little bit of a staggered defense. I'm not sure where Latex is at the moment, but definitely not at the front. Perhaps he's rejoining his team, because he may well have fallen. There he is behind that particular pole. Means that he can rotate around that for cover should he need it, as well as use it to cover himself from Numlock's fire strikes, which do, of course, do a huge amount of burst damage, 100 per enemy here.
So on the Diva's job's just eating them up. Just make sure you take as much a little damage as possible. Nice sound barrier coming through onto Latex. However, Graviton Surge is going to match another. Graviton Surge could come out fairly soon. The self-destruct lands in the air. Booped away was the shield, meaning FD God ends up being the recipient of about 1,000 damage. Now Nesh just making sure Latex doesn't have any shield left to shield the rest of his team. There's the Graviton Surge from Wayfast, but is it too little too late? It might just be. That self-destruct has to be big. Emil finds one in Nesh, and that Transcendence now pushing them forward. They have to just stall out the point, otherwise they will end up forfeiting the match. Another Shatter hits. There's no Reinhardt to save them now. Olu is in the back line, more than safe, but Wayfast is the target they wanted to kill. Latex is back, Harry, but the problem is you got no backline to really help you out now. With Wayfast going down, this is free for Numlock to just walk forwards.
It's free real estate right here, Jaws. All the space they could ever want. Numlock's going to be in the way, and they're going to have to engage with that Transcendence.
A forced Transcendence out to stall the point out for longer. 99%, and it's in Hurricane's favor. Danet falls. Numlock's next, but Numlock actually throwing out a Flame Strike and killing Olu. That'll be a D-Mech onto Happy-Cool as well. This might be Orgless and Hungry stalling this out, with Wayfast coming back just in time, and Latex as well, being the man of the hour, is ending up with an Earth Shatter at the end of that fight. British Hurricane, they end up getting wiped. However, still 99-65.
Great disengage there from Orgless and Hungry, using the 6% buffer to allow Latex to re-enter the fray. And now we're entering final fight territory for the entirety of Lijiang Tower. British Hurricane almost have that Graviton Surge. Wayfast as well behind. You're still going to need to hit quite a few mortars to get that. And even if he does, Bocket and Yofi ready with their own ultimates. Happy-Cool ready to come up on top. The Bigger Bang combo is absolutely ready to go.
There's the Shatter in defense. Danet ends up going down. Someone's going to have to remove that shield. Latex goes low. The sound barrier to save him and the rest of the team. But look at the positioning from Nunlocked. He's so far forward with the help of Danet. Danet's in the back line. Someone stop this man right now. Happy-Cool receives the beat in order to stay alive in the mech, but Danet's already dead. A late Transcendence from Cass might just win it for them. Wayfast is going to take out Yofi, and Orgless and Hungry are going to demolish British Hurricane on the last-ditch attempt. Happy-Cool stalling out, but Baby Diva's not going to do it. OT ticking through, an emergency Wrecking Ball coming out, but they end up falling, and Orgless and Hungry take Lijiang.
I got to give credit there to Cars and FD God quickly bolstering the ultimate bank for the supports, making sure Cars there under huge pressure. We saw Numlocked and Danet go all the way into the bank. They're on a backline safari. They were watching, no binoculars required, up close and personal. Yofi or rather cast, hit what he needed to with the orbs, built himself up a Transcendence, could save Latex when he was in trouble, and also Latex did a great job of mitigating that potential Big Bang combo with his shield, and got to imagine for that to happen, he's got to have had a lot of help from way fast projected barrier.
Daned, always on the not solo missions, but he's just so aggressive in the back line. This time he was punished for it. Like you mentioned,
Zem got him.
Was able to just build up that trance, being a little bit more defensive was Olu. And with Daned down, you're not granted that space, and that Lijiang Tower map will go over to Orgless and Hungry. We're going to jump onto map number 2, though, after this quick break. Hey guys, welcome back. Map number 2 on your screens very soon. It seems like Orgless and Hungry have relayed how Daned likes to play to Olu in that. They orchestrated a defense where they said, okay, Olu, just stay with our supports. We know Daned is going to try and solo kill them on Brig. As soon as you kill him, we basically win the fight, which is how they won the last fight that last round.
Yeah, Daned going diving into a pool full of ramen, but it's a pretty daunting task to swim through ramen. It's stringy, gets everywhere, and basically got tied up in it at the back and eventually taken down, drowned in a pool of ramen as well. I don't know much about ramen, I'm not going to lie.
No, you don't.
It's a strained metaphor.
That was quite evident, Harry.
Really?
Don't worry.
But I'm like, basically, it's like spaghetti.
It's Harry 2018. Ramen is basically spaghetti.
It's basically spaghetti without the sauce.
Ready for battle.
Oh my god. I don't know how to respond
Trust
to
in
that.
science, kids.
We'll go to a ramen place later or something. But like, we need to teach you how to eat non-spaghettied ramen. Because the ramen you've had is clearly bad if it's like spaghetti.
Well, I haven't had ramen, otherwise I'd understand it.
That's true, yeah. We'll make you have some ramen. We'll force feed you some ramen later on in the week, Harry, don't worry. Well, Hollywood has been the map choice of British Hurricane. This is actually one of the map choices going back, way back, Season 1 and 2, when they used to play Funny Astro on this specific map, that and Cough maps.
Gotta love Funny Astro with that particular penchant, shall we say, for the Lucio. For now, we'll be Orgless and Hungry, setting up on the defense. We're actually opting to go for Moira right now, so we want that additional healing up to 400 HPS, 80 HPS on 5 targets, which can build incredibly quickly. The potential for a Coalescence, and playing on this Moira, we've got to expect the potential 4 DPS picks.
Okay, yeah, backing off. Just changing up the comp. There we go. 3-3 with the Zenyatta. They're going to run into Orgless and Hungry, who maybe didn't expect them to run against the 3-3 because they have Moira instead of Zen. No, more often than not, the Zen will win in this instance. The increased damage, just way too much for them to handle. Yeah,
this is probably going to be in British Hurricane's favor just based on healers alone, but Numlocked already under huge pressure. No Discord although, so he's taking 30% less damage than he usually would.
Beautiful bubble there onto Latex from way fast in order to keep him alive when he did get shield slammed. That's exactly what you want from your Zai in this instance. You've already secured a tick, or tell a lie, it's about 1 pixel off securing tick because Yofi ends up going down. Latex going to have to be a bit careful there, finds one with a fire strike. Zenyatta or not, apparently they're going to win regardless. Okay, Daned has got Rally, however, Bok is near that Transcendence, but as always, you are going to see the Moira with the Coalescence as well available in the first fight.
Olu there stepping up, the hero that was required, got an early pick on Yofi, and when you don't have that aura of speed, you cannot dictate how the engagement occurs, and when you're stuck on the point, that means that potentially Orgless and Hungry can make their incision where they want to, and they've got a particularly sharp knife in the form of Caster's Coalescence.
Latex got the Shatter, so just Numlocked in a couple of seconds. The Shatter gets laid down. It doesn't get cancelled, but it gets blocked up by Numlocked's shield. Transcendence to keep himself alive, and there's the grab. Daned's going to be a little bit worse for wear here as the bomb does strike the floor. Doesn't quite kill him, but Olu is going to find the kill regardless. Nets gets chased down, like you said. Without that Lucio dictating the pace of the game, you're going to get chased down and you're going to get killed. Happy Cool now donating a lot of ult charge to way fast. They're even going to stagger him out as the baby diva comes in.
And what I'd like to point out here is that British Hurricane are being aggressed upon constantly by Orgless and Hungry. Orgless and Hungry know they can't win out a sustained fight. They can't win out attrition when it comes to beating out the Discord Orb, and they can't do it because they have limited healing resources from Cast. So they have to take the fight at a certain moment.
Interesting re-engagement without the Diva Mech. It doesn't seem to matter. They want to just make sure Numlock gets in here with the Shadow. That is going to get blocked as the boot came up, increasing the animation time so you can react to it a little bit quicker. Self-destruct in the air. Emil's mech also gets booped up, and Wayfast is going to go down as well. This is a 1-5 from Hurricane now, as the rest of Orgless and Hungry are crammed inside this very tiny cafe and end up getting team wiped.
Havicool keeping his own cool, will pick off 2 with that self-destruct, which was really the playmaker there. Wayfast getting caught out as well as Emil's mech, and it wasn't as fast as I would like, considering the compositional advantage that British Hurricane had, but 2 minutes and 30 were elapsed before British Hurricane claimed the first point. They will not get another 2 minutes and 30 seconds to try and push through second with a payload. Now they've got an additional advantage here, despite not having as much healing because of a Zenyatta. They do get about 12 HPS off of being near the payload.
Oh, nice shadow into Numlock. Yeah, didn't stand a chance after that one. Rocket that went down as well. They're going to chase him out here. Just remove all of that armor and removing his light as well.
Nesh is however survived. Nope. No. He doesn't survive with the armor.
Nope.
Will survive with Graviton though, and will keep his energy. That's important, but none of that armor remaining, so Daned's Rally basically not really showing up. Whereas if you look at Orgless and Hungry's health bars, look at all that yellow jaws. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's going to mean a huge amount of damage mitigation towards Happy Cool.
Oh wow, that is a very smart grab. The self-destruct is going to get thrown in. Everybody just kind of everywhere. No one can really group up to go underneath Numlock's shield. A Graviton Surge gets thrown on top of Orgless and Hungry as well. But however, man advantage right now for the side of Hurricane. They're still going to get priority spawns too. They didn't. One went down to that self-destruct, but the self-destruct kind of led Orgless and Hungry to run at British Hurricane exactly where they wanted them, apparently, as that will be Nesh cleaning the rest of the team fight up with Daned in tow.
Oh, merciless. No need for a stagger on Emil, apparently. I personally would have tried to make him make the commute towards the car to force out that kill, but I suppose Just want to get towards this next fight fast to keep that cart moving as long as possible. Currently got 2 people on it, so it's moving pretty speedily towards the conclusion of point B. We'll get to about halfway down this road that Nesh is currently sitting on before Orgless and Hungry make their engagement. Unless they go incredibly fast, they're going to be doing just that through the saloon, wrapping around.
Oh, Shadow out of the car. Oh, did that get blocked? I'm not entirely sure. I think it did. Numlocked with just the clipping of his shield there around the car was able to block that. Shadow coming through from Latex. Transcendence for both sides have been used. Now Cass is wearing off. Only one person going down now as Cass ends up falling, but Nesh still has that Graviton Surge, so he might just want to save it here. They know they have the mech also. It's not going to get eaten, but regardless of that, they're still going to win the team fight with the lack of healing and lack of Discord ore coming through from Orgless and Hungry.
Yeah, the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals coming through right there. Trading Latex for Daned just meant there was no protection available for Cass, or his Rocket could just sit pretty behind the shield of Numlock and throw out orb after orb. Latex once again going to be leading the charge. Will someone get between him and the car is the question. 2 meters remaining.
Oh, there's the beat. Latex fell extremely low. Nice pin from Numlock. Finds the 300 damage, and both Reinhardt's going down to self-destruct. Yofi and Nesh are going to soon follow, though, as Olu did have the rally building up. When you activate it in a fight, Harry, you get over armor. If some of your armor gets lost, it doesn't matter because it will stack up to around its maximum value as well. So activating that fairly early on is going to provide your team with a significant health advantage. They're going to stop it right before second point. A couple of meters, in fact. We'll see how far they want to play up here.
Super important. Cass and Wayfast do still have that stacking armor you were talking about from the rally, but they've got no ultimates to play with Jaws. Cass is the closest. What are they going to do to deal with Numlock or to match Bucket with this Transcendence? It's going to be incredibly hard for them to win out this fight unless they can have some great mitigation on these incoming ultimates.
Oh, I love this rotation coming through from Numlock and the gang. They're going to move forward. However, like you said, Numlock is going to lay down the shadow, but it's going to get blocked. He's also going to get taken out, and 2 Transcendences are burned. Yofi also has that beat. Could invest it in this fight or could go again. They've got 20 seconds remaining, and Numlock has spawned. They're going to have to go again, in fact, as Daned ends up going down, but didn't use the rally. They've got one more fight to secure second, but they're not too far away.
I said what needs to happen was that they need to mitigate that shatter. That's exactly what Latex did. Held his nerve. Numlock shattered straight into the shield. You're not getting anything off that, my son. Happy-cool positioning himself above the cart in case he needs to trigger overtime, but he will get found out. A great boot from FD God. He's going to bring himself in, but he's not going to be available for the next fight, and it's overtime for British Hurricane.
Oh, it doesn't quite. They managed to get the touch, but Yofi and Happy Cool are dead. Latex laid down the shatter. It finds nobody, but that grab definitely does. Nesh is going to get caught up. That's Numlock going down as well. The self-destruct in the air and a beat to finish. Orgless and Hungry are going to hold British Hurricane at second.
And Cass is stepping up, man. Look at that kill feed. 2 headshots, managing to clean up that fight so well. He's one of the players who I believe has really grown over the course of the season, just like Mouse and Barbecue from Shoes Money Crew. Cass really showing up here on the Zenyatta. He also showed up on the Moira in what I assumed would be a pretty clean sweep for Hurricane. They managed to hold out for 2.5 minutes because of the ability of Orgless and Hungry to understand how they were going to use that Moira composition. The way they were going to do that was make quick surgical strikes. You cannot afford to have a battle of attrition versus a Zenyatta because that 30% extra damage will take down your main tank so quickly. You got to get into their backline.
Now Orgless and Hungry, their chance to attack. That is a very, very small push from Hurricane. Only a few meters away from the second point, so it will be basically a cap on second. Will trigger the victory for Orgless and Hungry.
And put them on match point. Guess chat may well have been wrong.
Right, they actually guessed for
oh,
Orgless
yeah.
Hungry. The desk will be wrong.
Sorry.
Sorry,
chat. We're still not hated, right?
You still don't hate us, please.
That's unfortunately important to me.
Hurricane now going for a bit of a different defense, though. This is something we kind of expected, honestly. Daned and his multiple Doomfist accounts in top 10. Not sure if they're top 10 now. It's mainly dominated by tanks at the moment.
And Funny Astro, like 7 times.
And Astro, yeah. He was rank 1 for a little while. He was rank 2. I think he duoed with Cameron for a little bit. I did watch that stream. It was pretty good. Yeah. Cameron also another prolific English main tank.
British ranked Hurricane, dude.
Yeah. Hey.
Orgless good. Orgless and Hungry, we'll have to see if Wayfast decides to still stay out on this Sombra. Of course, he can scout out first, because he can lay down his Translocator in the spawn, quickly pop back to it, and then be able to move over to another character as quickly as possible. For now, he's just going to be scouting out the positions of British Hurricane. He'll report back that Daned's on the Doomfist, no doubt. He's currently potentially just mingled there with Nesh. I think he may have seen his silhouette move straight past, so may well be feeding back.
Yeah, there you go. Just jump back using the Translocator. They're going with the Ghost comp with Winston instead of Reinhardt. Okay, they're going to run into Danny and Nesh though. They've got to be really careful. That monkey is so vulnerable when he does get hacked. Same with anybody else, really, to be honest. Removing all the abilities, of course. Danny on the Doomfist too. Just escaping. Oh, almost got the clip up there. If you just bounce off the kite, you can normally get on the roof of the cafe.
Trying his best. We'll catch a few orbs coming in from Cars, but for now, Orgless on a great posturing. They have the speed boost going in deep. Latex going to have to back off, though, and Emil with him.
Nice little dive there by Latex, receive the shield and put down the bubble in order to stay rather protected. Numlock goes down, but Cass is going to follow. 2 supports now dead for Orgless and Hungry. Latex going to have to back out rather swiftly. Danid almost falls.
Not where you want the shield to be, my dude.
Oh, no, you do not. Danid going extremely low. Same with Haffical. Latex knows is pretty much done. He has to be a bit more careful than that. 2 supports now re-corralling. As FD God did go down, they can speed back to point. They decided to get a tick regardless of how long they stayed, and actually trade out Danit here. This is so much better for Orgless and Hungry, in fact, Harry.
Nano boost onto Haffical. Didn't get a huge amount of value, however. Emil's going to be forced to move back to spawn, potentially, or lay in that Bunny Blaster fire to try and get his mech back. But British Hurricane, they are ready to go in with the EMP self-destruct. This can be so effective. No shielding available, no movement available. Haffical can throw it in, and it looks like that may well be the case.
There's the self-destruct. Oh, landed on the corner of the building. Wayfast is actually hiding under that small tree. The transfer from Yofi is going to keep Numlocked alive in the Graviton, but the Meteor Strike is going to come out in response. Is he going to use it more defensively? He is. Doesn't want to go to the back line. He is very stationary Doomfist when he comes down the Meteor Strike. Can be easily stunned and taken out rather quickly. If you don't take him out rather fast with a stun or anything else, though, he will use that rocket punch to get away, because his cooldowns have normally reset in that time. But look at Orgless Hungry's ultimate economy now. They have 4. They only used Grab in that last fight.
They have the rally as well, but look at their time back. 1 minute and 45 seconds left. They're getting towards the end of their rope. Danet's going to try to escape, or Numlock goes to the back line. Primal Rage has been activated.
They broke it down as FD God gave sound barrier to the entirety of his team. Pocket still has that nano boost available. Emil throws in the self-destruct into the cafe. Danet going so low. They just want to take him out. You can see how many members they're dedicating to actually destroying this Doomfist. He ends up going down, and Numlock is soon to follow as well. Orgless and Hungry just so precise on who they want to kill. They call the target and kill them off almost instantly. Nesh is going to go down. Haffical is soon to follow. Nesh almost had that EMP available yet again, but the cap will come through in 3 minutes and 40 seconds time back for Orgless and Hungry to get to second point.
2 minutes and 30 added. This is incredibly winnable for Orgless and Hungry. They can put themselves on match point and prove the chat right. British Hurricane right now not showing off too many swaps. Yofi moving over now to the Lucio. I believe he was on the Zenyatta before for that double long range support, but now he's going to be speeding everyone forward. He's going to be able to control engagement, disengagement, and that means that Cars could be in trouble, but he does have the Transcendent should it be required. He's going to have to try and avoid a hack. He knows that Nesh is coming in for EMP, so he's hiding in one of the buildings, wants to come in and save everybody after that EMP is cast. Nesh needs to know about this, Jaws.
Danit as well can use this high ground, man. He can go in with the Seismic Slam, and you don't need to worry about that armor that Cass has got. That Seismic Slam does so much damage, plus the Rocket Fist, obviously, too, doing a fair bit if he does connect with the wall, which there are obviously so many of in this situation. Nesh with the EMP is on the back lines. They don't know where he is right now. They need to be able to keep track. He EMPs, removes the shield, but Cass still there with the armor, still there with the ult. He ends up going down as he gets chased away by Bok. Danit finds one, but gets traded in. There is the Graviton Surge thrown in, and an emergency self-destruct in order to get remech and save a lot of space. Now, Orgless and Hungry still marching forward with that rally in tow. Cass has that Transcendence for the next fight as well.
Rally only onto 2, however, and Cass is going to take his time to get back. Nesh can still make his way to a backline and try and get the spawn camp here, but potentially FD God will be the escort. Numlocked, moving in. Where's
that
Banana?
Was a beautiful hack onto Wayfast. No personal barriers now available. Danit goes in with a Meteor Strike, and then that ends FD God's life. That'll be a 1-for-1 trade in terms of supports, as Bok ends up going down as well to Latex. Haffical still with that self-destruct, doesn't want to use it just yet. Knows it could be very valuable if they near overtime. 2 minutes remain, however, as both main tanks have gone down. Self-destruct on top of the car as the EMP came out, removing everybody's abilities. Danit finds Cass in the end as his shielding was not there anymore. Numlocked ends up spawning. That will be a go again from British Hurricane as Wayfast ends up going down.
Huge investment here from British Hurricane, but they have held firm. Ola could potentially be hacked up here and staggered, but it does look like he's going to be sped away by FD God. So now we've got to think about how things are going to interact with FD God and this sound barrier. Potentially, Nesh can hack in midway through the sound barrier. We do know that Nesh likely has a good idea of who has ultimates and who does not. FD God needs to be incredibly careful here, though he isn't worrying about the EMP. There are so many interrupts that could stop this cast, like Danit with an uppercut or a rocket punch.
They've got to do something. They're trying to get them off high ground. Danit with the Seismic Slam, down onto the tanks. Wayfast is going to be the main target. Transcendence not available. Jofi's going to get caught up. Emils lays down the self-destruct. Numlock is going to go down as well. Danit just trying his hardest to get back into this fight. Can't even reach the mega health pack with the Seismic Slam uppercut to get away. It's 50 seconds remaining. Nesh ends up falling as well with the EMP available. This could be the last legs of British Hurricane as Orgless and Hungry are looking for their match point. Box going to go down as well. Numlock has joined the fray yet again, but has no healers to back him up. Danit gets instantly right-clicks as he walks through the door as Cascourt kills him off. That'll be Orgless and Hungry taking Hollywood, securing match point of the series, 2-0 on the board.
Definitely not the start that we were expecting here, and really, that came down to British Hurricane really investing so much in that last fight and were unable to try and do enough damage on the entry of Orgless and Hungry to build up further ultimates. Ideally, we would have seen Nesh potentially getting some poke onto the tanks, building up towards that EMP, because it would have been so useful to mitigate the potential for that sound barrier. FD God got it off without a hitch, so everyone stayed alive, and British Hurricane, they didn't.
Yofi's sound barrier was perfect as well, but the issue was that Graviton Surge was in such a odd position where it dragged one mech in. Yofi was actually wall riding, and he got caught up on top of the ledge. Self-destruct hit him. He was all good as dead, and that means Numlock couldn't actually disengage from the fight because there was no speed boost available. We talked about how Lucio sets the tempos of the fight. I mean, the supportive backline for Orgless and Hungry definitely doing so in that game. We're going to jump over to the desk. They're going to break down those two a little bit more.